Hey everyone, Tom here, Battle Rap Resume here with yet another recap of a huge event. This was an awesome event to see on the pay-per-view. I want to first of all give a huge shout out to King of the Dart and Avo and Organic and Gully and Bishop, and you know, any weirdos need to unfollow Bishop as he was at pains to remind us throughout this pay-per-view. Shout out Bishop. This is a great night of battles, and you know, I'm not alone. Nathan, how's it going, man?
Yeah, man, pretty good.
I would describe you as my right-hand man, my inner cog, pause.
Basically, yeah, I've started claiming myself as Battle Rap Resume staff now.
Yeah, I saw that on the Twitter. I was like, damn, I've made it. I'm in someone's Twitter bio. But no, great to have you on, man. And like myself, we've sort of seen this once. Like, you know, we've seen all these battles, we've made a few notes, but I'm not pertaining to say that I've had time to ruminate on my decisions.
No, that's why I've got Twitter open with just like a live tweeting of everything that I was doing last night, just ready.
Well, that is a diligence that we go to, but nonetheless, follow the show at Battle Rap Resume. More importantly, go pick up this Twitter as well, kingofthedart.tv. You can get this, and at the time of us recording this, Day 2 hasn't even happened yet, and Day 2 with battles such as O Solo's return and Red Flag versus Laughingstock is going to be on that VOD. I can't wait to pick that up as well as part of the whole package. You can, of course, watch all the battles that we're going to go through today as well. $30, which is a brilliant deal. The pay-per-view, I mean, let's just talk in terms of quality before we get to the battles overall. I mean, it's just, you know, Avo gets advertised as a thing now. Avocado's doing that, you know, as Poison Pen is hosting or whatever. Like, it's a selling point. You know it's going to look great. You know it's going to be classic.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I've heard like bad things about the streams before. I mean, audio probably cut out once during Big T.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was that stutter, wasn't there? Really weird stutter.
Yeah. Really consistent audio. Like, they've got it nailed down.
Yeah, no, all in all, it was crisp, and it was great to see Marv 1 and Laughingstock LNS on the double duty doing the commentary here. Yeah, but they weren't in it that much because the event ran quite quick.
They ran that event to time. Yeah, because that's one thing I've always seen people kind of not like very much about King of the Dot events is that it overruns. It's like 10 o'clock at night where they are when they come to do the biggest battle of the night. People hate that, but like UK events can run pretty solidly to time, and they've basically ran it like a UK event would. Yeah.
It's you get very brief, like, you know, you have the Oops interview, for example, which is truncated, as is the Mad Flex one. You know, things are just kind of, you know, moving at a really rapid pace, and you know, I think all the better for it. In terms of vibe, in terms of atmosphere, it's one of the better King of the Dot events I've seen in years. Oh,
definitely, yeah. That Oops interview as well was really good. Like, Marv 1's a fantastic interviewer.
Oh yeah. He's you know, a brilliant choice, and you know, we began you know, through the pay-per-view. It was quite charming, where the camera just points to a video screen that is randomly playing, and we get our announcements that way, and we begin with you know, a satisfying matchup. A matchup that really delivered, I felt, on levels of intricacy and intelligence. This was XL versus Madflex.
Oh yeah, definitely. First of all, right, I think like most everyone, I had like all my predictions for the event. Do you have like yours nearby? Because I'm going to read down what my predictions were for each battle. Right, I had it being Madflex versus Big T and XL battling Moneybags. Right. But now that I look at it, this way round makes a lot more sense. Yeah, like, they're very similar in styles. Both of them came out with such high energy on it. It was just incredible.
It's one of the best Madflex I've ever seen.
Definitely, especially like I thought he was a really good Madflex against Shocks. You have to consider he was massively ill that day as well, and like what he did here at full speed, incredible.
Yeah, his style was. He's always been brilliant, but his style's been quite murky, I felt. Sometimes you have to dig deep. Here it was cleaner. It was more translucent. I really enjoyed it. I thought both of them brought the best out of each other. And one of the things that we get in both of their rounds, and we get through the entire event, Nathan, a lot of Boston references that I'm going to pretend to understand.
Yeah, I had a lot of that. I was live tweeting it, and I was thinking, like, if I don't understand this, I'm not going to try and tweet it.
It could go viral. The Patriots could retweet it or some shit. I know, even that's offensive.
Spelling shit wrong all the time or something. Like, there were so many things that went over my head. Yeah. I also noticed at least 3 different Dance Dance Revolution bars. Black Panther and Marble stuff in each battle as well.
You're right, there was multiple Dance Dance bars. That was weird. Yeah, yeah.
Because
And
one
yeah,
was Dance Dance Evolution, there was Dance Dance Revolution.
and there was Chiller's Infinity Wars, like scheming.
And I think Oops had a good one as well for Infinity Wars, and then everyone mentioned the Black Panther like crossed arm salute thing.
Yeah. It was, but you know, all in all, I think most of the battles had quite high replay value. You know, I think the performances were all really good, and I think someone said in the commentary itself that maybe these battles on paper you would have been a bit apprehensive, perhaps, but the matchups did deliver. And for me personally, I do have Madflex winning this battle. I think he's incredibly comfortable here, and Excel again is kind of where Madflex was maybe. Like he could have some brilliant lines, but again to me it's a little hard to engage with. I think Madflex is just a little more sharper, he's more polished here.
Yeah, I think at the end of it I gave it 2-1 to Madflex because he had some just ingenious stuff. I quite like. It's quite basic, but I quite liked it when he was. I think he was talking about Twitter or something like that, and he said that DMX. I'm going to give it to you. Like that's so simple, but I fucking loved that shit.
Yeah.
I heard they found his teeth in the back of his hoodie like a bathing ape.
Right.
That one was. I've seen bathing ape clothing. I don't quite get it, but it sounds hard. So.
Well, there you go. Yeah. And you know, Exhale has some crazy stuff, no doubt. Though your T-top, you don't talk for the streets, which is sort of referencing the whole R Streets debacle that just recently went down. But yeah, not too compelling to listen to. I've probably got Madflex there. I don't know about yourself.
Madflex definitely took it. Yeah. One of Excel's lines that stood out was one of his first ones. It was, "You're not the truth. I'll rock your roof like stalactites." I quite like that. Like that's simple, but that's effective.
It is actually, yeah.
Spitting multisyllabics in mumble rap or something.
Right.
I don't remember the full bar, but I remember it being really far because I could only catch up with the end parts of shit half the time.
Yeah. And you know, one of the cool things about these Black Mass events, these mystery events, is that they shoot out these interesting matchups that maybe you wouldn't have considered, that may be forced by aleatory random circumstance. Big T versus Oops was second, Nathan.
Yeah, I originally thought it was going to be Oops versus Loso. I think nobody predicted Oops versus Big T in any of the prediction things I saw that people were making. No. And it led to a really interesting battle. I found very entertaining.
Yeah, I didn't find Oops as as deep as Red in this battle as such. Yeah. I think Big T maybe almost styled on him. Maybe. I
think so. Yeah, I think Big T went full in doing what Big T does, and Oops was his last battle. Excel.
I believe so. Yeah, a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's coming off a year's hiatus. He's been a busy person as well with. He's a senator, or he's in Congress?
He's in Congress, yeah. He's, he talks about his parallels between those lines, which I liked. Like, left and right is now bipartisanship, and, lots of good stuff.
Yeah, especially, they mention more of it in the Marv 1 interview, but he's, the reason he talks about social commentary is because it's what he does all day. He's solving those issues. He's going to bring it into there, because that helps him get those issues out there. Yep. Because he went with quite a social commentary third.
Of course, yeah.
I thought it was good, but it wasn't relevant to Big T, other than Big T makes gun sounds.
Yeah. And, Oops in itself is a sound effect, which Big T's discovered.
Oh, yeah, I was just reading that one now, yeah.
Nice,
so
nice
instead,
moment.
You got Mr. Chalaka-Boo Pooting sound effect of someone clapping shit. Against Oops, the sound of someone dropping shit. I thought it was great.
We get Stranger Things, while we get Boston references. There is that weird sort of flicker on the pay-per-view that sort of stops Big T. I don't know what the hell that is, but that corrects itself for me at least. And it's cool of Oops to incorporate his real life within the sort of battle stature, and I like that combination. I think I've maybe seen him a little bit better here. I might need to rewatch this one.
Yeah, because he did a fake choke, didn't he? And then he actually choked.
Yeah, dangerous.
Really bizarre. It's weird as well, because the way he did it at first, you could see that it was a fake choke. I don't know what it is about it, but you knew that he was fake choking, and then it went on that little bit too long when you thought, oh no, he's fucked himself here with it. He just didn't catch it back.
And it's moments like that that really make the battle quite debatable, and maybe push it into T's favour. He does recycle that Our Real Monsters bar, which I saw live in person actually at a 8th birthday pre-party against Rob Wilson.
I was tweeting about it, and I said that he'd reused it, and I made a Twitter poll going, what's worse, him doing that or me knowing he did it? And right now it's 60-40, 60% for me knowing that he did it, 40% for him doing it. So I think they're okay with him doing it this time.
Yeah. It didn't really get much reaction though this time.
No, he went through it quite quick. I think it got towards, because that was the third, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was kind of losing a lot of his steam in the third. Like T comes out with great first rounds.
Always.
Which is why, like, his Rob Wilson battle and his Mr. E battle are really good.
Gemini battle has a crazy first, yeah.
And then he kind of loses his steam, loses his breath and his energy towards the end.
Yeah. And, Oops, again, has stumbles a little throughout, unfortunately, as well. But yeah, nice pairing. I think this was quite a quality good, this lived up to what it should have been. Then we have Moneybags versus Loso.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people didn't predict, but... surprise matchup, right? Real surprise.
Definitely, because I'll admit, I've never watched a Moneybags battle. I've never watched a Loso battle. I'm a fan of both now. They impressed me that much.
Yeah, I mean, I'd seen Moneybags before, obviously in Mass 2 amongst other places, and I think he was superb in this battle, as Loso was as well. I think they both really spoke to each other.
Yeah, definitely, because who did he battle a Mass 2? It was Pass, wasn't it?
He did, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I remember a lot of people saying he bodied Pass, but I've never watched the battle.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, what's he done since then? Has he actually battled since then?
He sort of went back on URL, and there was a 2-on-2, and it was not some.
Yeah,
sort of
I mean, this is full-on surprise battle. Although Loso kind of leaned heavily on name flips.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he had a great one about, I can't remember the full setup of it, but it's like left and right, and then kneeing him, and it's like, then I need more money, like up the price. I thought it was absolutely fire. And, like he did like reactions and shit for it, but a lot of it was, his whole first was basically name flips. But he had such original name flips.
Yeah, the sort of bags under eye and yeah.
And he's got that A-Ward feeling about him where like he's not relying on cursing or anything like that to make an impact.
Terrific crowd control as well. When he tells the crowd, when he barks on the crowd to be quiet, you feel that.
I think the similarity him and A-Ward have is that they can kind of keep consistently hitting at a punchline, and they can really bring their voices up to bring the emphasis onto what they need to. Like if you watch an A-Ward battle than this battle, which is the first Loso one I've seen, like there are very big similarities between them, bar their faith. Yeah,
the sort of just projection alone, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this was fantastic. This is another good battle.
Oh, this is great. Battle, it's up there for battle of the night for me.
Yeah, really, really solid one. Like I got to admit, this is one that I've seen a little less of. But caught a little bit of this one. Yeah, really enjoyed it from both of these guys. Now we go into a huge matchup, a cool matchup, probably the best matchup for Saurus, I would say, outside of Solomon, which a lot of people rightly predicted probably wasn't going to take place here because there wasn't going to be that promo. This is really a marquee battle to sell an event as a headliner, no doubt. This could be a ginormous battle. I can't wait to see Saurus Solomon, and there's references to that in this battle as well, so it seems to be kind of moving towards some sort of conclusion here. But this is the Saurus versus Ines.
This one surprised me as well. The thing that I got worried about was at the very beginning of the battle, Ness mentioned that recently his friend had passed away, and the battle was dedicated to him. And I got like a weird worry at that moment, like, oh no, it's going to be like Charlie Clips versus, was it Danny Myers, I think, where he got bodied really badly.
Yeah.
And then, or Danny Myers versus T-Rex. No, Charlie Clips versus Danny Myers. No, Clips versus T-Rex. That's the one. Where T-Rex underperformed because of something that had happened like prior, and he'd made the same reasoning that Ness did. But Ness, you would not have known that anything was going on with Ness. Like he he was animated. He was just on fire and fired up for it.
Yeah. With the balaclava with the Deadpool on, right?
Oh yeah, the Deadpool balaclava.
Yeah.
I thought like someone invaded the stage at first when I didn't quite realize it was him, and they took it off. Like, okay, right, that makes more sense. And no one's getting him off stage.
I mean, two giant legends. Saurus is introduced as a former champ. He gets a huge reaction, obviously. I think this was the same venue as Mass 2. And I'm pretty certain, and I don't mean to be a downer because this was a fantastic event, but I'm just being realistic. I don't think there were as many people here as there was at Mass 2.
No, it seemed like quite a smaller crowd. I did notice that, but I think they did. I remember listening to a thing that Bagnod recorded before where he mentioned how like he would manipulate it to make the crowd look quite large by bringing the lights down. That's what it felt like. Like I saw one photo where it did go quite far to the back of the crowd, and it did look like quite a packed space.
Okay.
But it wasn't as packed.
Yeah.
But I think a curse of that was the fact that it was a blackout event as well.
Yeah. And
I think a normal Mass event would have sold out.
Saurus, as many people do throughout the night, showing respect to Bender, R.I.P. Bender in the intro. I mean, it's great to see this sort of stuff, this sort of remembrance taking place.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's great that because this is the first of KOTD events since he passed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think he passed after Gannick vs. Gully 2. So was that January? I think he was. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
No, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. But even so, it's great to see. And Ness's verse gets a big reaction. Poster boy for Acne Cream from the jump. People are applauding. His sort of style is just dynamite, isn't it? In a room like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. He had the room in his hand for that whole first. Like he commanded the crowd really well. They were all just on his side, ready to react. They were just like this. I think it's like one of the very few Ness battles I've seen, and he absolutely killed it.
Yeah. He talks about being in a city wrecking shit like Cloverfield. And
with a gun so big, and then some guy shouts, "How big is it?" And he's like, "I hope it's real," or something like that.
Yeah, I hope it's real. Just dumbfounded in disbelief, praying that this thing is not fictive. And he gets theatrical, he gets involved, he spins, he's like Mousy against O'Shea. To pull out an old school Don't Flop reference, and the whole knife sticking out like alfalfa, and just has a lot of fun here, has a lot of personality. Teases a personal second. It's quite a long first from him as well.
It felt like his first and his third was quite long as well, from what I remember. Felt long anyway, but yeah, I think he packed a lot into the first, which I think happened to a few of these battles. I think it was, but it made Source's seconds look a lot shorter.
Yeah.
I did notice at one point Poison Pen like he was going to cut off Ness, I think near the end
the
of the
arm
second.
raised, right, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of pushing the time limits.
Slightly, yeah. I know, just to get to Saurus, obviously a complete legend. Always great to have him on the show. Just had him on the show recently. I think this episode will be out in about a week or so. We spoke about Geechee and O'Shea and, the hot air balloon and everything. So,
I listened to that one a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, or it might have been last week. And that kind of destroyed a bit of my hype for him versus Solomon happening here. Because he said about how hard they'd have to promo it.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh no, it's not going to happen. I want it to happen here, but it's not going to.
And I don't know if you noticed this. Saurus makes no bones about the fact that he's a giant Soul fan, as pretty much every battle rapper is. They appreciate the genius of this guy, and on the Soul versus Raptor watch, for example, he sort of held court in the best possible way.
Oh my god, he was amazing on that.
Yeah,
I feel so stupid because I never got the to your SA turn bar.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because he only did it for the beginning part of if that was the second round, wasn't he? He was doing that stuff.
Yep.
He only did it for like small bit at the beginning of the second. He didn't continue on until he got to that bit, so I never clued it on. And I've never felt so fucking dumb until I've seen him go Saturn. Like, oh shit! I felt so stupid.
I feel like Saurus takes from Soul's hymn book because he does he goes confessional to the crowd, talking about past losses. With Soul we had Caustic, here we have Clips, at the past massacre. And I like that mode, that a tonal mode that Saurus is in early on.
Oh yeah, he's he wrote a list, didn't he, at the beginning of the year of everyone he wanted to battle in 2018. And I think like top, it was Ness, Solomon, Sol, Tony D. And I mean, like Ness was top of the list. I mean, this is one that he's bringing his all for.
Yeah.
He crushed it.
Yeah, this was a fucking great battle. Doesn't matter how clean tonight you're next to godly Ness. Just crazy fucking lines.
And the cheesecake rebuttal as well.
Huge.
Because that's the other Ness battle I've seen, is him versus Nestle, where I learnt about what's that regarding. Because it was the band or something like that with Drake.
Right.
Well, I think it was Drake. Hang on. I have to Google it now. But he was in a thing, the band, that was it. It was
Making the Band, yeah.
That was it, yeah, Making the Band. And they made him walk all the way to get a cheesecake for, I think it was Diddy.
Right.
Yeah, they made him walk from Midtown Manhattan to Brooklyn to purchase a cheesecake for Diddy. Because he had the thing about putting a pie in his face, he'd have to walk to get it on the Nestle battle. And this one, it was amazing rebuttal from Soros, where it's like, he said, I look like a piece of cheesecake. He's talking kind of reckless. So if I'm a piece of cheesecake, how far did he have to walk to get this? Like that, it's incredible. It's just fucking incredible. Like,
slap your coffee cake face into deep space is well received.
That was amazing. To me, that's one of those multis that rolls really well off the tongue.
Yeah.
Like one of my favourite multis is Uno Lavos versus Luna C, where it's Luna says, I wholeheartedly hate that whole part of your face. Like, if it reminds me of that, it's just it's simple in there, and it's almost conversational how you would say it. I was fucking crying at that one. That was amazing.
Yeah. Sora spends a lot of time in his second with the crazy glue flip.
Oh, yeah.
Does a great section on that.
Bet your favourite battler's Glue Easy.
Yeah. It's wondering what in the name of God you've done. He just protests at him. Ness screaming at Saurus in the third, saying he doesn't look alive, questioning his legend status and how he's rapped the same way for the past 11 years, which kind of you've done as well, Ness, but, a little rich, but really fucking good battle, this one. Love
this is great. Probably up there with, this is like contender with Loso and Moneybags for Battle of the Night for me. This was just incredible on all sides.
Yeah, really, really nice third from Saurus, sort of just, embedding further into his history, him controlling the game. You get the Dance Dance Revolution bar, as you mentioned before. Boston bars about Magic Johnson. We get a sneak little Lex Luthor diss at the end, like you even battled this guy. All in all, fantastic pairing by both of these, paragons of the scene.
Yeah, definitely. I just spotted one of the tweets I made where I didn't get the reference, and it was too late for me to go back and try and catch it. But it was about taking the chain from Ice, and I remember it was something about a sports team. So I've ended up writing down, sooner or later, I'm going to take the chain and hold it twice, taking over Ice like brackets. I don't know sport, but it sounded fire. I'm sorry.
And then we get into Iron versus Chiller.
Yes. To be honest, I wasn't super excited for this when it got announced.
Right.
Chiller is very... He's like Marmite. Like, he's very grating. I genuinely, halfway through his second, was one of the first times during this I fell asleep.
Wow.
I'd realised that I hadn't fallen asleep, but I realised that it got to Iron's round, and I just thought, shit, Chiller was spitting for all of that. I just blanked it out somehow.
It's a long battle. Poison Pen is somewhat faded at the front, and why not? He goes through a whole bottle of vodka in the space of two battles. I'm pretty certain, with the brown bag. He doesn't want to advertise it because this ain't Chirac. Bishop continuing with the weirdos, please and follow me. Chiller decked out in the Kingpen gear.
He's been promoting Kingpen hard.
Really hard. I think Bishop points to his shoes, which is probably the slippers he's rocking.
They're like $50, aren't they, or something?
They're expensive, yeah. Ryan Morgan's still holding hostage the footage of me and Math talking about those slippers like 2 years ago. So hopefully we'll release that one day. And Iron Solomon rocking some hair, Nathan.
Yeah, looking a bit like Chase Moore at the moment, isn't he?
Slightly, yeah. Sort of topper feel to a certain extent. But yeah, Chiller begins. harking back to an older era, a lot of local references. His classic sort of, synonym attack, the iron airing. It's okay.
It was too much to keep up with because I like that he kept it going for so long, kept finding new things to do with it. But after a while, it's hard to keep up with, and you think this could have ended a lot sooner.
Yeah, nothing's electrifying the room, I think, in this first.
No. He definitely has a hometown advantage.
Yeah, he does, because you see that through his slogan and stuff like that. People enjoy that. But yeah, a lot of local references that I didn't, as I say, didn't really come up. You want an egg on a cracker, hors d'oeuvres, and there's some sort of, but everyone knows on Battle Resume my Chilla Jones story. He was my favourite battler at a certain time. His earlier battles, like his Daylight battle, his M City battle, his JC battle, like my early battles that I really loved. I think his writing's crazy, but yeah, some of his stuff I feel just doesn't quite ignite for me, really.
He had some Nazi Germany Anne Frankly bar, and it's like, no, Chilla, don't do Anne Frankly bar.
Frankly.
Like 3-0 Iron at that point. But then Iron said he was AIDS in '92.
Yeah.
I can't give this battle to anyone. Iron literally said he was AIDS.
He did. Yeah, he did. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
I don't know. And Chilla didn't rebuttal it.
Poison Pen reacting to things loudly and perceptively. I like in the first when Chilla's it's not bad. He's in the Middle East when hijab, and Pen's just there's just that's all you hear. It just echoes through the whole arena. So the boss town slogan, as we say, was ginormous. And Iron, I don't know. It's just I think there's something quite latent in his writing that I just find a bit more interesting now. I think he constructs some quite eloquent, spiraling out sequences. No surprise we get a Jeffrey mention here, Nathan.
Oh no, that was a great mention. It was been getting banned quicker in battle rap than a Jeffrey rant. That was great. Someone else mentions Jeffrey as well, didn't they? Was it Math?
It was.
Yeah, I think that was a good one as well, and it had the same kind of feel to it too as well. But that whole thing was a weird one.
Yeah. There's nothing too piercing for me from Iron in the first against Chilla's own armour, but it's quite enjoyable. John McCain, a veteran, lethal, with something to get off the head. Solo Ratchet in the street ain't a walk of shame. Raked across the yard, tonight he leaves in a bag, which is almost Chilla-esque, but I quite like that stuff.
I quite liked his... I can't remember now. This was Chilla, actually. It was something about shooting up his airport, and he'll be the reason there's metal in Logan, like William Stryker.
Yeah.
I quite like that one. That was actually pretty dope. Probably one of the better Marvel bars of the night.
Yeah. It was actually Chilla himself who had the Jeffrey bar. We got the Jeffrey bar in the second.
Oh, okay, right. So I must not have tweeted much during Iron's first.
Yeah, he does it just after the whole piece off in Iron's air, and it's I don't know, yeah, it doesn't get much reaction really. Style got Flair on the low, Elvis Presley pants, which isn't really a punch, but it's just decorative stuff, shot in the kitchen like a Jim's blog. Chilla goes on about the age of being 33 and that diss and what people achieved at that idea. And
goes in on Iron for using you're not top tier, you're not middle tier, you're a volunteer.
Sure, yeah.
Because I saw him using that, and I was literally about to tweet that you're biting Troy Brown right now, and then he literally, as I typed that, he went he mentioned Troy Brown, hang on, okay. Because I think it was Troy Brown versus Merrick City. Shout out Troy Brown.
Oh yeah,
I love Troy Brown. He's not been as great lately, but Troy Brown's great, and he needs to be getting these bigger looks. I think if he gets a serious battle, he takes it serious.
Shout out Troy Brown versus DNA on Skype.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean that's probably the GOAT concept battle.
Definitely, absolutely. And Solomon sort of clowns the idea of 33, saying he's 36. So the idea of 3-0, being older is really well done.
I'm 36. I should have pre-warned you. After tonight, I'll be another 3 on you, or 3 up on you, or something like that.
Send you back to the class you belong in on the hall monitor.
Tell me if you think this is a bad bar, right? Because I thought it was quite good, and I had Luna C retweet it and go, nah. because it was quite slept on. Everyone knows the truth's got a smell that are lilacs.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that one. They felt it.
I kind of went, all right, that was quite good. It got slept on. Just got like a tweet.
Lilac.
All right.
Shout out Luna. Shout out Dirt Brain, the new release. And,
that was great. You listened to it?
Yeah, it's great, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Poison Pen saying in the third, it sounds like a classic to him, this battle. I don't necessarily agree. It was quite enjoyable from both, but I wouldn't say it was like any of their best, either of them.
Yeah, it's not one that I would go back and be like, oh, that's a classic. It's got replay value. I think Ness and Saurus, yeah, classic.
Yeah.
This is, I think it's the curse that Irons had where he came in with 2 classics back to back. Well, 3 classics back to back, wasn't it? Because it was Daylight in him, Disaster, and Be Magic. And he kind of, from there, he's lost a bit of that thunder that he had before.
Yeah, but I mean, even with the Nitty battle recently, I know it wasn't on King of the Dot, but...
Oh, yeah, the Nitty battle, yeah, of course.
Yeah. So there's some unbelievable stuff on there. And this was, this was good for what it's worth. Chiller did come with the Infinity War bars, we say. Someone streams spoiler alert when he talks about like the Time Stone. Half of Marvel be gone. Is his way of, in the snap. Chalked Out gets mentioned.
Yeah, I heard that, and I couldn't tell if it was an actual reference or not.
Yeah, it was. It was like
Chiller or Iron mentioned it.
No, it was Chiller said it. Yeah, and sort of the idea of the leagues. I mean, it makes sense. He battled Mr. E on it just recently.
Yeah, and he also did a Bender reference as well, didn't he?
He called Bender Canada's Kingpin. It was quite sweet, actually. It was nice for him to dedicate some.
It was a great tribute.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Because I heard a thing that apparently Chiller and Bender were going to battle at this event or something, but I don't know if that's just like a rumor or not. But I heard something about them meant to be battling this year, obviously before he tragically passed away.
Yeah.
So it's
that would have been crazy. And then,
sorry, I just found another Iron bar that basically it's one of my biggest problems with Iron. He has like these really stupid sex bars that aren't funny,
right?
But it feels like he's laughing a lot at it. She interrupt that ring wrong and press my bell when she's searching for ding dong. Like, dude, it's like the compete line all over again. Like,
we get some Super Smash Brothers bars from Chiller as well. That were all right. Again, he's like, you get knocked off 100%, you fade into the background. If you played the game, you know at 100%, you can still stay on the stage quite easily.
Yeah, it's when you get to like 150, you have to worry.
Yeah. 200 is like you're fragile, but I don't know. It's not the best, but it's okay.
Sudden death match for like 300%.
Yeah. But we move on to one of the later matches of the day. I think something that was revealed by Mickey Fax in some interviews that people were aware this is perhaps going down. Math has been on this
prediction I got right.
Yeah, Math has been on this tear of late, facing some incredible people and doing some great matches on the trot. Now he meets Real Deal. Cool matchup, right?
Yeah, I mean, on paper, this is if you'd have written all these matches down, this one would have stood out to me as that's going to be a good one, whereas the rest might have kind of just been a bit like, to me. This one surprised me. Like in terms of a matchup, I think, because Math's done 3 battles in 3 weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, he just battled Snake Eyes, and then he battled Ill Will before,
I think you could feel the fatigue a bit in this one. Like, he wasn't at that level. Like, it was still a great battle, but you could feel his fatigue a bit from having to write 3 battles in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I do think Real Deal beat him here.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Maths first, there wasn't anything too conclusive. Watched all of your battles after Snowboard, like Winter Sports. It's like, I don't know. Bruce's Son, Deadly.
Yeah, that one confused me. I quite like Let the Four Bang on his chest, like when Goro wins.
Yeah. I mean, any of those sort of, anything like that's going to work. I liked Real Deal's appeal again to the crowd, similar to Saurus, with the cheers scheme and like drinking the Sam Malone and Sam Malone, as Ted Danson's character, the lead character of Cheers, and Sam Adams is the beer, and him, cocking it open and greeting the crowd, and it's just vintage Real Deal.
Yeah, just like the side of his first, he just guns like hand down. It
Yeah,
was fantastic.
let's go. It made me. Has O'Shea versus Real Deal happened?
I don't think it has,
No.
but like, are you thinking like him versus Lopeshi where they have a drinking contest to start?
Wasn't that Poe Rich?
Oh, Poe Rich, yeah. What am I
Yeah.
thinking Lopeshi? He's never,
Yeah.
Has he battled Lopeshi?
Yeah, he battled Pesci in Don't Flop, I think.
Yeah. No, it's never happened.
Yeah, but Real Deal just has the sort of down to earth stuff, and then he has the more kind of existential, dangerous stuff. Bring nightmares, burn a hole in the dream catcher above your bedpost. Crazy. I mean,
You got Math with things like 2Ds on the waist, like Official when she doesn't wear a bra.
Yeah, huge.
And was it? Yeah, it was Real Deal's. When you say gun bars, people believe you, but bitch, Trump's about to start arguing teachers, so I'm about to be a lot more believable too.
Oh, crazy.
It was great.
Fucking great. Yeah, really good. And, I love Real Deal, but, Trev, please stop doing Breaking Bad bars. And don't do, like, 3 in a row obnoxiously.
It's always Walt Jr. ones as well. It's like, I'll leave you walking like Walt Jr. every time. It's like...
It really is, yeah.
Like...
Dangerous with the sticks. Like, yeah, I think Soul Jitsu said that, yeah. Yeah. Minnesota Luke must have done some Breaking Bad bars out there.
I think that's the next Minnesota Luke battle. Just find every single Walt Jr. reference you can in battle.
Well, I mean, in Don't Flop, we had the what did we have? Gus versus Walter, Cracker and Lefty.
Lefty, yeah. God.
Which, ringing bells like Tio Salamanca, and I mean, it was kind of okay.
Is it like Gus Fring looking for a bad bitch to bust in or something like
that? But Real Deal had some highs, some real highs in this battle in the second round. Talking about the T-top battle, how Math lost badly. Your girl gave birth to a daughter that day. Well, at least someone delivered.
I thought that one was fantastic.
Yeah.
I quite liked Math. His third, I think, was probably one of his better ones. And he was like, he went quite in on Real Deal for being like drunk at Garnick versus Gully.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which was great. But it had a thing where he was rebutting him saying about the cocking the 12 like a paedophile bar that Matthews against Shotty P.
Sure.
And you just got Real Deal like just talking through the round going like, in my defence, I was wasted and I don't remember being there. I think that's the best defence you can have.
Yeah.
For anything.
Yeah. And Deal sort of avoids that confessional idea here. Where, Math is sort of like cut down drinking by a third and sort of appealing to a certain idea here. This is some real vet versus vet shit, this battle. And Definitely. Real Deal does a Blink-182 scheme in his third. There's lots of nice ideas sprinkled throughout. Southie references. He does a phone call at the end like Shuffle T does with the Boston drawl. And, throughout he's, really working hard and doing so well. Like, I think Real Deal is, a fantastic battler. And just before we get to Nems versus Ice, the final battle, did you hear that our friend was at the battle?
Yes, I just saw someone comment about that. But I saw on Twitter that he posted he was there, and I was thinking like, okay, so it was interesting. I saw someone saying on UK BRG saying that apparently there's like quite clean air between him and the KOTD staff and everything now. But It was cool to see him actually attending an event because he probably hasn't done that in a long time.
Definitely, yeah. There were certain snaps of him on the thread, as you say. I think he took some selfies with Bishop and Billy Harvey as well, Bill Blaze. So a lot of people around there. But we get to the headline match, Nems versus Head Ice. What did you think of this battle?
I thought Nems' first was really good. And then I distinctly remember probably tweeting a little bit of their second, and then I fell asleep.
Wow.
And I woke up to the stream being ended. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like...
Yeah, of course.
Oh, no.
For GMT, that is difficult. For GMT, definitely.
Even with the event running to time as well, it's still finished 4 a.m. here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And, Nems was bellicose, he was argumentative at the start of the battle. You know, and who's going first? He's saying, you know, if he's going first, it's for the chain. We're flipping a coin. You know, he wanted them to definitely, you know, see who was going to go there and lead it with a chance, because otherwise he was going to come on that aggressive stance. And he says immediately that he's going to beat him in his intro. And I like Ice doesn't even introduce himself. He just sort of says, like, you know, he needs to do what he can do. And no touching is agreed. And Nems comes from the off really very offensive. Got 3 daughters. I'll slap my dick on all 3 of their foreheads. That's his opening gambit.
I mean, you got to start bold, haven't you? You know,
Crazy.
Start as you mean to go on. He really did. Like, threatening to tie him to a chair and mouthfuck his daughter.
Yep.
Like, I quite liked his one of park your jaw and leave on the road. I'll valet you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was hard. He had some amazing stuff in his first round, and from what I remember his second, he just went super disrespectful right out of the gate, and I thought it was great. Like I know some people that iffy on the disrespectful stuff. When it's done well, it's done great.
There's no rust on him, was there?
No. He had a style that you would think probably 2012-ish style to him. It was like when BA came back and he didn't change his style and everyone was still receptive to it. It's quite similar to that.
Yeah, you're right, definitely. But yeah, it's sort of, I guess the tailorer of bars would dismiss something like body ice like an ice sculpture. He says in the first. Yeah. But again, you've got to sort of understand, and you know, he brings it back to that reality. Like, he didn't even see when Fight Club was on MTV. He was up north, you know, doing a bid, and you know, leave him looking like Seal with the blade, and you know, some kind of original ice flips. The jail with ice in your mouth. That's, you know, where head ice comes from. He luxuriates in the round. It's a long round. He comes across as sharp. He comes across as ready with some dense stuff, some simple stuff that hits consistently. And I think Ice in the first, I think coincidentally the first are both of their best rounds.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, Ice has the grace and adoration of the crowd of a champion, and he comes with some flex and some aggression.
Well, this is like the first exhibition match that KOTD has done for one of their champions, really, isn't it?
I think you're right.
Because Ilmac and Roan, they only did their title matches. I think Pat probably had some. Was he champ when he battled Calico?
Maybe he was, yeah.
Because that was Mass 1, wasn't it? So that would have been like 4 years ago. I don't know how long he was champ for, to be honest. But I think it's like the first one that's been published as an exhibition match. It's the kind of thing a champ should be doing. Showing it, being like, you're the best in this league, you're going to go against this person. It's not going to be for the title, it's going to be able to show what you can do for this league. I thought it was a great idea. But yeah, their first rounds, they really both showed out. I thought what was really good was, this ain't just a check for me, you ain't checking me, you better pray that I respect that you've got respect for me. I'll smack the shit out of you and Iron Solomon and blow kisses to both your women, and they like physically blow a kiss and went, what's up, hose? Like, it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe that when it comes to Ed Ice, because he's like old as fuck. I'm just kind of like, all right, chill out, Grandad. What you doing?
Wow. Ice, man.
He
controls everything.
But when Ice is on, I can admit, when Ice is on, he's really good. And his first round was good. I think they both had their little awkward moments in the first.
Yeah. Some enjoyable stuff, in his first. Some peaks, definitely. He's going back to bitches and brew, like Miles Davis is nice, and sort of questioning them his reps as well. And you have to sort of mention YouTube when introducing him, and he was trapped on Coney Island. But yeah, the second from them wasn't too interesting to me. Didn't hit as hard or as intended. I felt it was quite gentle, quite shuffling. Yeah, just saying he has AIDS, for example, just falls a little. It's kind of almost like the lusters came off the style quite quickly.
Yeah, like he just started. I think he started the round just shouting, "Your daughter is a fucking dyke" or something like that. It was like, you've kind of already used up everything you can say about his daughter at that point. There's nothing you could say to shock us now. Like he kind of, he tried to do the same kind of thing through it, and I think disrespect, keep it to one round.
Yeah.
But like after that, it kind of gets a bit tiresome.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of Ice's second felt dragged out to me. The crowd felt quite uninterested as well. Just cantering along. There's an Andre 3000 bar. Benadryl we hear yet again, which is just catfish bars as well. I don't know. The rest of the battle, really, I'm afraid to say, as a sense of an occasion, as a vibe, it's fine. But like as something to rewatch, I don't know, maybe it'll blossom to me. But it felt like it burned out quite quickly.
Yeah, that's what it kind of felt. I think that's more of why I got so tired during it, was because it's long rounds from. Because I think they were the only people doing unlimited rounds. I think.
Yeah.
Because I think Ness and Saurus was 2 minutes. A lot of people mentioned time limits, actually. I think everyone was 2 minutes except for this. This was unlimited. But it just got quite tiresome and just stuff you've kind of heard before, stuff that's quite basic. I was reading a couple of recaps because I obviously blanked out a lot of the third.
Sure.
And I did see a thing about apparently Nem's called Ice out for statutory rape.
Oh, that's
but
right.
He never went into it though. Like he never went more into it.
Yeah, no, it just sort of gets it gets erupted out and out. Shock sort of reverberates throughout. He says that he did the research. Ice looks sort of perplexed. No real evidence is mentioned. Statutory rape is mentioned. It's just sort of splashed out there.
Yeah.
Look it up, some people shout from the crowd. And they didn't feel like there was a lot towards it. But King of Disrespect, he says, towards the end. And the end just seems to sort of ravel out. But yeah, it's just this open accusation that seems ungrounded.
It's the kind of thing that makes it seem more like he just put it in there, or maybe he found it out last minute and didn't do enough to do anything with it, or he just thought, I'm going to say this, and then he just didn't add anything onto it.
Ruin Your Day references from Ice as well, which is, in today's climate shows you're running out of ideas slightly. Not a non or miss, he says, which M. City says against Chiller in 2012. So, it gets said, but not the greatest stuff. But all in all, I would say, an excellent set of battles.
And there's not an awful battle in the mix.
No, definitely not. No. My only complaint is not enough Laufenstalk and Marvel on, but, what are you going to do? Yeah,
we got
the cost of efficiency.
We got 5 minutes of them before Head Ice versus Nems.
Yeah. Not much at all. Not much at all.
Yeah.
But we will put the link in the description below. Please go buy the pay-per-view, or if you listen to this in the future, check out these battles as well. They're pretty much uniformly excellent, as me and Nathan have discussed. Nathan, is there anything you'd like to promote, sir?
At the moment, not that I can think of. Our rap battles on Reddit.
You're a
resource to go on to.
You're a mod there, right?
Yeah, I've suddenly become a mod there. Don't know how that happened, but we're trying to make it into a good resource for mainly just hang out, chat about battles. Because most of my broad approach on Facebook is talking about UK leagues. Here it's everything, and you get a lot of different opinions you don't see, because some places become a bit of an echo chamber, especially on the Facebook groups dedicated towards one league. And then, but the subreddit is that place where anyone can say anything,
anything they want to say. Reddit.com /r/rap battles.
Rap battles, yeah.
You can find it on there. But buy the pay-per-view. Subscribe to Battle Resume. Check out our Patreon. Email me battleresume@gmail.com. On Twitter as well @battle.resume. Shout out to King of the Dark. Can't wait to watch the video on demand of day 2, which is happening soon after us recording this. Definitely looking forward to Red Flag and Laufenstalk especially. Cannot wait for that battle. Huge fans of both of these guys as writers. I'm sure it's going to be a great battle. But shout out to I guess finally, what was your favourite battle of the night?
Moneybags versus Loso for me. I'm a fan of both now. I'm probably going to actually watch some Loso battles after this, to be honest. He battled Daylight last Saturday, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, very recently.
I think did he win that or did he lose that? I think it was they were all judged, weren't they? Because it was that Pearly Gates 2 event.
Yeah. I saw us Ines, I would say, personally. I thought that was a fantastic battle as well.
Very close second. It's mainly on account of maybe a couple of stumbles on Saurus's end, but I think like as a whole, Moneybags versus Loso had me kind of like reacting a lot more. But it's because I was reacting to these two people for the first time, whereas Ness and Saurus I'm familiar with.
Well, let us know below what you thought of the pay-per-view, how you rank the battles, what you thought of the highlights, your favourite bars, etc. Subscribe, as I say, leave us a review on iTunes if possible as well, please. That is greatly appreciated. Nathan, as always, man, great to have you on the show.
Yeah, of course, man. It's great to always be on.